Hi everyone, so today we'll continue on with Spellbinders 13 Days of Craft-O-Ween for day 3. Been having a lot of fun with these super cute die sets that have been included for day 1 and day 2. So we'll continue on. Again, unfortunately it is sold out and they're not going to be bringing back any more this year, so hopefully next year they'll have more to bring out, Gotta try it out and see how it goes, and it just sold out really fast. So hopefully, like I said, next year they'll have a larger number brought in. But for now, we're still going to try them out, of course. So I will say I am using some other items like you saw in day 1 and day 2. Like the little ravens splash or splatter effects, some white splatter. I used these different dies. These are the everlasting circles. This is the arch label, I think is what they're calling it, dies. So those kinds of things I will link for you guys for the US and the UK. And I will say they did initially send the advent calendar here free of charge for my review. And of course, all opinions are my own. And then those links I'll have for the US and the UK will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. I did make a background in the very first video, so I'll link that video for you guys, because we're going to continue using these backgrounds until we run out, which means a couple more times. Then we'll make another background, maybe similar colors or something, maybe a little bit different. Maybe I'll do a circular thing, huh? I kind of did it the whole page, that way I just cut it up at once, but if we're doing circles, it's going to be a little different. But anyway, let's see. So let's open this guy up, and let's check out day 3. So again, it comes with your photopolymer stamp set, your sequins. Funny enough, I tossed out the plastic wrapper for day 1, but I kept the one for day 2. I don't know. Let me take a quick picture for my intro, and I will be right back. Okay, so let's check out day 3. And I've been doing my spoilers on my videos at the end of the day. I think I know. Spellbinders launches theirs like in the morning, so definitely check out their videos. They're doing one every day. And then, of course, there are other people, content creators and things that do their own. So check those out for more ideas. Look how cool is this? Oh my gosh. So you have the little poison trick or treat. You're so sweet. And then a simple designs, however many dies make a really awesome little project. So let me give you a sizing on the largest die here, just so you have a better idea of how big this is. But I am looking metal to metal, so you know it goes into your die cutting machine. It is 3 3/8 inches tall, and at the very widest point, I would say just over, well, no, it's at 2 inches, right at 2 inches in that shoulder there. So there we go. All right, guys, so let's see. Okay, we have our card base. And again, I've been doing it in different ways, but maybe this time we do turn it this way. I've been waiting for a card that I feel like the yellow kind of orangey color should go towards the top. So I'm probably going to do this very much in the colors they have here, but whatever colors you want to cut things out with. So a black bottle. That is so funny. I suppose you can make this look like a shot glass, huh? But anyway, it's the cork. So let's see. This little piece here is the accent here on the neck of the bottle, so maybe I'll do that from a grayish black, which I used yesterday, so I still have plenty of that. And I'm sorry, I left my computer open and emails are coming in, as you can hear. Let's see here. So this guy, I'd probably go with some brown color, so like a cork kind of craft color, and then maybe a darker brown, so I'll have to run that through twice to get both those pieces, right? So we have that, so craft and a darker brown. And then our little skull, maybe some white paper, maybe pearlescent white, or just whatever makes it a little more fun. Even glittery paper would be fun. And then you have your label, so you have the background, which I think is really cool, because then you have the inlay, so you can definitely cut a background that's a different color than the black base, or you just run it through like this, put it on, and the black you see, the lettering is from the actual bottle. So let's do that. Let's run this through something like a green or a bright green, just to be fun. And then this one through something like this color, like a yellow orange. I like that. And bring some of that yellow back from the background. And that'll be fun. Okay, so whenever you do something like this, you always want to put tape so that this guy doesn't move on you. Okay? But I'll be right back. Okay, usually I make a card base first, and I totally forgot about that, but what we're going to do is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, right, for the card base out of this black cardstock. And then I trim this down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. That's just what I like to do, so I'll do that in just a moment. So we have these pieces here, so let's glue these guys together. I will say, I think if I put the skull and crossbones on here, which I'm going to do, the orange is going to show through the eyes. So if you want to run that same die through black paper and paper piece those bits in. Otherwise, I'm just going to put some black paper behind it, even though it is an interesting shape, so it might not be the easiest thing to do, but we'll do it that way. At least that's how I want to do it. But again, you can just run the same skull and crossbones through black paper. Okay, so we have that. And then this little guy, I'm going to put this piece on here. Come on. There we go. Cute. And actually I used the gunmetal kind of shiny gray, just a little something different. Let me get a little bit closer. Nothing's that small, but see these pieces right here that fell out of the skull? That's what I'm saying. You can run that same thing through black paper and you'll have those little bits to pop back in. Put those to the side for right now. I don't need this cork because I just needed the accent portion of it. So just that right there. Cute. And just a few pieces and it just looks really cool. And then this guy, it basically goes on top like that. So there's like a little embossed area there at the very top, and that's where I'm going to put this glue. Kind of zhuzh that a little bit. Spread that out. That is so cute. It is a very small area though, so I'm trying to hold that there. Oops, sorry. Nice tall bottle with that addition there. And you can also, you know, paper piece in the lettering there. I will say, if you want, which I should have done that before I put the glue on it, you can definitely kind of round this a little bit so that you would put like dimensionals in the middle and then glue it down on the very side. Just to get a little rounded look to it. And I would have done that before I added this, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and glue that and then do it all at once since I kind of messed that one up. But just give it a little rounded look, and that'll be fun, just as something a little bit different, you know. And you can use any sentiment if you have other dies, of course, with these things. I'm just going to use whatever they're suggesting for that day. So I'm just kind of rounding this. Hopefully you can kind of see that. We'll put some dimensional there and then just stick the sides down flat. And then this guy, again, we could have done all this at the same time. I'm going to give it a little bit of rounded feel also. Again, I want to put some black paper back here. So let me see how, maybe, you know, I'm looking at it this way, but maybe it's better to put like something skinny in this other direction. Let's see. Yeah, maybe not, because then the side of the face. Okay, all right. Let's just do separate little pieces. So I'm just going to cut a little something for this area. It's just a small piece that will cover that. Okay, so the nose is black. And then the eyeballs, I mean, they can be separate pieces or just like a little crossbar piece that goes from like here to here, but not too big. Let's see if that's a good size. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. I'm just eyeballing those things, guys, so sorry I don't have a measurement for you. But basically I just want to avoid it sticking out on the very sides of the little jawline there. Okay. And still keep it kind of bent a little bit. Same thing with these guys. Are going to be easier to do because they're softer, more pliable. And again, I'm just doing that because I wanted to round this. Oh, I probably should have put the face down first, but that's okay. Do they have a certain way? I can't tell if these are symmetrical or not. You can put it on there crooked and have some fun with that, of course. Okay, I'm going to glue this down. Oh, and I did use a sparkly, not sparkly, but a shimmer paper. Cute. Oh my gosh, let me move that over a little bit. Okay, I'm going to hold those down, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have these things. It's all ready to go. I suppose I can just glue this down. Sorry, I hadn't glued it down yet, but I don't know if I'm going to do a background piece on this like I did on the other ones. I kind of was thinking I like to make things kind of look similar, so if the other ones had a background piece, this one should also have a background piece. We will see. Let me put this down right here. And then, of course, let's not forget these. Every time I forget my sequins. Ooh, have a bone rattly Halloween. I think that's also a little sneak peek into what we're going for later. Let's see, what was it? I mean, cheers to spooky sips, which would be really cute, honestly. Trick or treat, you're so sweet. I mean, we have that. If we want to follow along with what they're showing there. So let's go ahead and do that, but I like that sips one. Okay, so if I put that there, and this little guy here, I mean, it looks pretty cute. And then with some little dimensionals. I don't know that I need anything in the background, but if I do, then I'm probably going to go with like an oval. Maybe? See, I don't know. I feel like that's fine just the way it is. Everything else I wanted to ground it a little bit, you know, where this guy's like flying out up in the sky. Okay, fine. We'll add something. Let me see what I have. And it'll probably be from that white shimmer paper because I want to bring some of that out. I think it'll look nice. I'll be right back. With this guy, I need to put these on magnetic sheets, and I keep not doing it. That one looks pretty good, huh? Okay, let's try this guy. And here's to hoping I remember to link this particular shape. Sometimes I forget and I do it later on after people already watched the video. So, ooh, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna run it through this side of this pearlescent paper, and I'll be right back. Sorry, the reason I hesitated on stamping is because I need to see where this is going to hit to see where I should stamp my sentiment. And so if this is like here, that's really cute. Again, I mean, I love everything that's going on in the background, so, you know, I didn't really want to cover everything up too much, but that's just how it is. Something like that, and that's kind of popping out. And then this guy down here. Okay. So, sorry, let me grab this ink. And I need to clean this off. I keep saying that and then I don't. There's all kinds of like, sometimes I'll make stamps out of foam, and so I stick double-sided adhesive on here and then I just leave it there. Okay, so ink this guy up. And just make sure it's touching every area so I can pick this up and have a full stamping. Looking good. It could be a little straighter, guys. It could be a little straighter. All right. And so let's go ahead and glue this one down. Like up in here somewhere. Like in there? Is that where I had it? Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. And I'm just eyeballing how straight it is, left and right, all that kind of up and down. Okay. And then with this guy, I'm going to put some dimensionals down the center. Not too high, but I do want it to stay curved there, or at least a little bit higher than the rest of it. Like that. And I suppose one more piece at the very top. It looks like maybe I have to cut it down a little bit. Ooh. A lot more crooked than I wanted that one to be. Maybe this one. They're really stuck on there, so there you go. And honestly, with the layers of this, it probably doesn't even need glue here. It might not even touch, but since it is some really thick cardstock and in several layers of it, that's probably all you need. If you have a hot glue gun, that'd probably be good to add a little hot glue, or like that Colel glue gel, something thick, or even Aleene's craft glue. I don't know that that's going to even touch. That's what I'm trying to say. So I did add glue, but I don't think it's going to do anything. There we go. So yeah, I'll hold it down for a little bit, but yeah. Okay, guys. That looks really fun. And it didn't have to be straight up and down. I mean, we could do some fun things, even like the little skull and crossbones could be fun. But there you go. So very similar to what we have here. Love the colors. I'm going to put it back in the sleeve, even though I don't really need to. And then let's add some of our little guys. So again, I always like to put little dots of like 3, maybe here and there and there. And this time maybe I make the orange the focal point. I've been doing different ones every day. Oh, there goes a big orange one. I can grab that before it disappears on me. So a little orange there. or the bigger orange. And I like mine cupped out, facing out like this. I think that's probably just typical. And a little black one, and then a smaller purple one. Those look too close together, so let me see what I can do to make that look a little more organic. I don't know. Okay, fine. Something about that. I think this one needs to be closer over here. I don't know about they're just side by side. Nope, I don't like that either. Okay, there we go. You know, I try to be full of fun and whimsy, and then I'm like, no, it has to be in this certain spot for it to look the best. I know that's probably typical of all of us, though. So hopefully that gives you an idea. Always 3 for me, or odd number 1, 5, you know, something like that. This one's way too low compared to the other ones. Actually, I kind of like that. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need this one to be further out. Nope. Let's just bring those back in. And this one too. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's just how they look. Okay. You guys remember that on Friends when Monica just wanted to be easy breezy? That's how it is. And then I'm like spending so much time with this. Okay. There we go. So that is our day 3, guys. And then, you know, day 2 and day 1. And they are looking so cute all together. Really fun. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I will have images coming up. Ooh, that was fast. I'll have images coming up. I'll have links in the description box. And I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.